Welcome to the Inflow podcast. I am your host, Michelle Bosch. I see a gaping hole across society that focuses on the outer work and forgets about the inner work, when what we really need is to bridge the gap between prosperity and spirituality to live a life in flow, with inflows of light, inflows of cash, inflows of creativity, inflows of grace in our lives. Each week, join me for powerful messages and interviews that will leave you inspired and ready to step into flow in your higher work. So now, let's go. Welcome to the Inflow Podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Bosch. I am super excited to come to you guys on the very first episode of Inflow for 2021. It took me a little bit. I kind of wanted to feel into this new year, especially because I had reserved today's topic to talk about what the theme for our year is going to be, and to talk to you guys about that tradition that we've had now for almost, maybe at least a decade, where Jack and I come up with a theme for the year. And somehow, magic happens, and that theme really unfolds beautifully as the year progresses. It kind of serves as a North Star for us. And so let me back up a little bit and tell you guys about what our theme for last year, for 2020, was. And as we all know, if anything, 2020 really taught us is that anything can change in a drop of a dime. And that's exactly what happened. And in spite of that, we had one of the most amazing breakthrough years ever. It was almost as if everything was collapsing around us. We were living in a complete, absolute, alternate reality. Not just, in our own personal goals, but also in our business goals, in our team goals, in our entire Land Profit Generator community goals. And some of our most wildest dreams really came to be in 2020. And those came after we had set a theme for 2020 at the beginning of the year to be, why not us? Why not now? Which I thought was so fitting, because there was so much turbulence, so many changes, so much uncertainty. But in spite of us, we were like, this is our year. Why not us? Why not now? There's people where time changes them, and then there's other people where they change times forever. And that's exactly what 2020 was. And as we were finishing up 2020, Jack and I, became a little bit clear that a lot of the infrastructure for the very tangible business goals that we had, when it came to people, to team, to systems, to process, to technology, we had in place. And that now it was that 2021, just from a purely business perspective, was going to be a year of much more clarity, not just clarity that comes from intuition, but clarity that comes from metrics. And as a result, 2021 giving us an opportunity to really optimize everything, to make everything better, to plug all the holes, that you will experience when you are basically on a trajectory of growth that is on hyper growth, pretty much. So I kind of knew that about our business life, but we bring our entire selves to our business. There's no such thing as, this is my business life and this is my personal life. We live one big full life. And I was trying to lean into what, try to feel into 2021, to try to get a sense of, what this 2021 could mean for us, for the theme of the year, personally, just in our life fully, that it would encompass even our business life. And so what I have, what after percolating, after feeling into it, after actually not having a great start to the year, it was kind of off in spite of being in paradise, because we took the last week of 2020 to go to Hawaii. We were able to get, our COVID test in time. Santa kind of like, gave us the gift of results in time and negative results, thankfully. And and so we were in paradise. We were even celebrating the wedding of a friend, but somehow something, felt off. I remember even, I made the stupidity of going into the ocean with my prescription glasses, and everything seemed fine because, the waves seemed calm. But all of a sudden, there comes this huge wave that kind of takes my glasses with it. And in that moment, the very first thing was like, oh my gosh, where are my glasses? But after recognizing that there's no way in the world that I'm going to find them, and Jag was helping and Sophia's helping, and they're trying to, dive under the water and figure it out if they could find the glasses, that I'm like, you know what? This is what 2021 is going to be. It's going to be a lot of surprises. There's going to be also a lot of beauty, a lot of magic. But nevertheless, there's going to be surprises. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be uncertainty. There's going to be ups and downs, ebbs and flows, and that's just the reality of life in general. Yeah. And so when I realized that we just kept on, playing in the ocean, going off on our boogie board that we had rented for the week. And I kept on leaning into the gear, because I'm like, okay, so what? Now I've lost my glasses. I physically have no clarity, you know what I mean, in terms of being able to have vision and seeing, because I'm blind as a bat. I have a really high prescription. I've had glasses since I'm a third grader, I believe, and it kind of has grown with me anyways. But so I keep on, leaning into it. We had actually quite a turbulent flight back home, even though there were blue skies, good weather. It was just turbulent. And then, we came into Phoenix the first few days, trying to catch up with, everything that has accumulated, from us having been gone for a few days. And continuing to feel into 21, and how does 2021, feel when, as I'm going through those first few days, and I think I got it, and I think I got it, and what I know for sure is our theme for 2021, and I would love for you guys to go through a similar exercise as well, as defining what your theme is, of making the choice, basically, that regardless of what happens in or has happened already in the first few days of 2021, that you make a choice to get in alignment with that theme. And for us, actually, our theme that I have declared right now for 2021 is to get in alignment and to just get it done. And what I mean by getting in alignment and just getting done is get in alignment with sometimes, going first. And being okay with going first, because that's what leaders do. Leaders go first. They always go first. And it also means getting in alignment with, for us, the right relationships, surrounding ourselves. Maybe it is for you, surrounding yourself with amazing people that will help you up level, that will help you expand beyond what your mind, can conceive. That's at least what it means for us. It's also getting in alignment with the right 10x collaborations that can really help us push boundaries of what's possible in our growth and our mission of creating 1,000 millionaires, through land flipping. And what I have come to recognize is that we don't have to do this alone. We're all just pieces of a bigger puzzle. And I want to get in alignment with that spirit of collaboration. I also want to get in alignment with my most sacred ambition and desires, and I hope that you do the same. For many of us in the land, profit generator community, 2020 has allowed us to really be inside of a rocket ship that is full, that is loaded, and that it's now just up to us to steer it in the right direction, with bold thoughts, with bold ideas, with bold, with bold words, with bold actions, with bold behaviors, with behaviors of a leader. It also means getting in alignment with being undaunted. I actually, over the holidays, read a book by Kara Golden, and I actually would love to have her here on the, Inflow podcast. I'm going to look into, hopefully, getting her here. No promises there, but just being undaunted, basically by fear, by change, by uncertainty, and welcoming the turbulence. Because sometimes you just have to write it out. And that's what I learned from my flight back home, over the Pacific, from Hawaii, that you just have to write it out. So getting alignment with being undaunted by everything that is going to come, because it'll for sure come. 2021 will probably not be any different than 2020 in terms of the external, realities of what we're living from an economic standpoint. But I know that we do have the choice to be undaunted and to create an alternate reality yet again. And really, if 2020 was us in a cocoon, 2021 is really a butterfly just busting through and really reaching unthinkable levels. So I'm all about, getting in alignment with being undaunted by fear, by change, by turbulence, by uncertainty, because I want to lean into welcoming that and trusting life at all times, getting in alignment with that. So another thing that I wanted to get in alignment with is, with joy. I need to follow, and I hope that you follow much more this year of 2021, your joy, your dreams, and that, that you follow the innocence that is in your heart, of what your deepest desires are, what your deepest yearnings of your heart are, your most sacred ambitions are. And know that if there are challenges, that those challenges carry the promise to widen our capacity and to deepen our transformation and really turn into that butterfly. Yeah? So get in alignment with joy, with your dreams. Get in alignment with being on fire, man. I mean, if you've been lukewarm and cold, just get on fire. Like, get in alignment and get it done. This economy right now of 2021 is going to be, in my opinion, in order for us to be able to create an alternate reality, it will require that you have, fire. It'll be a passion economy. And it depends that all of us be on fire with our purpose, with our dreams for our families, with our dreams for our communities, with our dreams, for just making an impact out there in the world. Get in alignment with ease also. Not everything is hard. Sometimes, when we lean into others, into collaborating with others, into, linking arms with the right mentors, with the right people, with the right network, with the right community, ease will also find you, and divine providence will also find you. I know for sure that we are abundant, beyond measure, because abundance for me is really recognizing that I'm extremely resourceful, regardless of whatever cards I've been dealt, and that kind of definition or meaning of abundance is has always allowed me to be anchored, to be centered, regardless of what's happening. So get in alignment with ease and divine providence, and with your resourcefulness for sure. Get also, for me, it's going to be a year of getting in alignment with recognizing, again, going back to that theme of collaborations, that we all carry a flame inside of us, and we're designed to recognize it in each other so that we can take the next step forward in faith, with trust, with the help of others, that we don't have to be doing this alone, that we need to get in alignment with sometimes being the teacher and sometimes being the student, and yeah, I mean, it's mainly a theme of getting in alignment with trusting life, I think, with finding grace in the storm, with finding inner strength, which really comes from seeing things clearly for yourself, getting in alignment with outer strength, which is using, the clarity that you do have once you see things for yourself with others, and getting in alignment with your highest potential. It's not enough to just know what your potential is. You have to be it. You have to embody it. You have to not be afraid of who you really are, and just show up and do the behaviors that your highest potential requires, showing up pretty much. So what is your theme for the year? I hope that, this gives you a little bit of inspiration to think about what, some people call it your word, what is going to be my word for the year? For me, it's always been more like a theme, a phrase. And like I said, last year for us, it was why not us, why not now, which was so like spot on. And we'll see this year, it's get in alignment and just get it done, and get in alignment, with going first, and get in alignment with being a leader, and get in alignment with facing and leaning into challenges, and get in alignment into, with collaboration, with ease, get in alignment with being okay with uncertainty, and get in alignment with your dreams, with your deepest desires, with your most sacred ambitions. And you do that, in my opinion, by taking bold action, by showing up, by, having bold ideas, acting on them, and really see what this very simple exercise can bring for you. So if you have not heard, I know that I mentioned it in our last guest episode with my guest, Myosha Anderson. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. I certainly did. She's an amazing woman. We have a new masterclass coming up right now. At the time of this recording, it is January 6th. You will probably hear this being released and published, next week. So you're still in time to register for our masterclass. And that is a full 8 days of really trainings on the A through Z of land flipping, where we're going to be teaching you some of the fundamentals, but also teaching you the 4 stages of growth of a land flipping business, so that you can really become the CEO, the master of your land flipping business. And so that we will be doing each and every day. Each and every day it'll be a different training. We're going to teach you how to find properties, how to find areas, identify those markets, how to basically really scale your lead generation, how to turn that into a real cash machine that can help you with your ongoing goals for financial legacy. We're going to be teaching you guys how to sell, how to create listings, the power levels that you're going to be requiring in order to really not just get deals under contract, but actually getting them sold. So many people, struggle with the second half of a business, of a land flipping business, because there's 2 arms to it. There's a buying and there's a selling side. And really then once you have those down, really scaling, and each and every day there's going to be actionable steps. You're going to have homework. You are going to actually do the work with us, alongside us, during the course of those 8 days. It's going to be incredibly interactive. We usually have prizes, and we make it a fun environment to learn and actually not just to get information, because information's cheap, but actually implement alongside us to get it done, to get in alignment and just get it done. Get it done. When it comes to either starting your business, your land flipping business, or scaling your land flipping business, or, and when I say scale, I mean scale that is perfect for you, that is perfect for you and your family, depending on the station of life that you're in. So if you want to register for the masterclass, it starts January 18th. You can go to landprofitmaster.com, landprofitmaster.com. We would love to have you. We believe in 360-degree support. So more than likely when you register, you'll be then transfer over to a confirmation page. Make sure you click on join the Facebook group. It's being hosted inside of our Land Profit Masterclass group, not our main group. You will be then, somebody in our team is going to reach out, make sure that you have the workbook, that you have all the exclusive materials to get ready and get started with the class on January 18th. We start at 9 a.m. Pacific. Like I said, we absolutely would love to have you, help you create momentum, and more than anything, help you create mastery. Mastery comes from repetition. Repetition cannot happen if you don't have scale. And land is the most simple, strategic, and the most simple and strategic, in my opinion, asset class to create scale. So looking forward to having you guys there, and I hope you enjoyed, today's episode of theme. I kind of modeled for you all, what our theme is, and it would, I would love for you to take some time, perhaps this weekend or whenever you're listening to this episode, and decide on what your theme for the year will be. It can be a word, it can be a phrase, and I hope it carries you through, that you find beauty, magic, transformation, and just real aliveness in this year of 2021 and excitement. Thank you so very much. And until the next time, bye-bye. Thank you.
I hope this episode left you feeling inspired and ready to get inflows of cash, inflows of light, and inflows of faith in your life. I welcome your reviews on iTunes. Please leave me a review and help me create an amazing community of women in flow. Thank you, as always, for sharing your voice by going to michellebosch.com and joining the conversation about this show. And while you're there, grab a copy of my 10 Commandments to Living a Life in Flow. You can also follow me on Facebook at Michelle Bosch and on Instagram at Michelle Bosch Official. Thank you very much, and until the next one.